Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. As we'll see, the Virginia Cavaliers taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Virginia Cavaliers offense will get the first crack at it here. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take him the distance on any given play.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and keep up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out.
Nowhere close on that one as he got thrilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Another incompletion on third down. The Cavaliers will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So Clemson's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Moore. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not fooled in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. He makes the connection. crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He'll toss it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And a great job by the quarterback. He's making the right read. I got to get that defense to commit to me. Now I pitch it. Running back catches it. I'll take this. I'll do the rest. But it was a great read by the quarterback.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They took it 68 yards on that drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
And last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
Offensive line loves to run the power. Why? Run power. Run power. Then you can play extra football. That defense can be simple. So it's a pass. It's a pass. Having a pass block every play. You've got to keep defenses off balance.
Back to pass. It's Calandria trying to get to it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Cavaliers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns are coming up big.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. It's funny, when you think back to Clemson, you know when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Looking for a block. It's Brown. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. He'll pitch it. Steamrolls his way ahead. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Balls and fired complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on the
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Clemson set up with another first down. To the air, it's Klubnik. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering for the score. Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. He'll toss it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he's played.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap. They've been making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Cavaliers want to crank the tempo. Back to throw, it's Calandria. Fires to the big fella. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Cavaliers send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the returner will be brought down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
He rifles one deep to the left.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Got his man quickly. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run the option. Shakes off the defender. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the 1st down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he goes down after making the grab, picks up a few, but still short of the 1st down.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
He's got it on the right. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Back to the air one more time. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, he'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. 1st down for this offense. He's going to pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Cavaliers will hustle to the line. DBs will try to keep everything in front. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Cavaliers will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. Strikes the blow. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're already in great field goal position here, David. The question is, how aggressive do they get?
The full throttle. Be aggressive. Try to get the touchdown here, man. Such great starting field position.
It's just going to take one play, right? They've got the weapons outside. Give a guy an opportunity to make a play in the end zone. Think about the momentum change that will create.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Green. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll off one deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. With the catch, it's Brown. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pick up, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. His running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch? And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Now the toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that is the play the defense needed to turn the momentum around in this game. They needed somebody to step up and make a play. That should have been intercepted.
Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard, they'll mark it at the 9.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
They're only 1 for 3 on fourth down attempts, but they'll try it again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Nice throw.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Cavaliers will bring the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Running it back, it's Brown. And the returner will be brought down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job.
Gets it out fast. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin side. My goodness. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. They get him down after he makes the catch.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. inbounds after the big game, and they've got it first and goal. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. With the run on first and goal. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. On second and goal, they go right back to it. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And the extra point makes it 28-0.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone. You love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the returner is stopped. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He wants to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This Clemson defense has been something across the entire game. Old school lockdown.
I mean, unbelievable. Shutting down everything you want to do. Shutting down the run. Shutting down the pass. This defense has been lights out. We've seen a lot of great defensive performances from the Clemson Tigers. This is right up there with the best of them.
A third and long coming up here. The aerial assault continues. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
When you play zone coverage, everybody drops back. Everybody has eyes on the quarterbacks. You're not really looking at the wide receivers a lot of times, so they can slip in those little cracks, and the quarterback can really make precise throws. Great job, great play, great throw.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Looking for the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And how about the complementary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. It's caught downfield. Can anyone catch it? And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cavalier.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. The handoff, keep working on that clock. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going.
He lost one down the sideline. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Clemson. And the punishment has been extended. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
On to attempt to try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Mississippi State has opened up its largest lead of the game in what's shaping up to be one of the more one-sided affairs of the weekend. They're up by 17 over Texas A&M. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Brown. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires left. Complete downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.